Welcome to week 2 of the Frugal Gardener's Garden Special Project. I am in the process of building my family food forest. This is phase 2, I guess you can call it. I have other projects to do in a homestead, so I don't work on this every day. Also, it's weather permitting. And today, we're going to do the entrance. This is going to be the trellis that's going to go over this area here. I did probably 80% of this in the house the other day. This is the diagram. This is the box. This is the one I decided to use out of the two. And excuse me, because this is 7 feet tall, well, it's a little bit over 7 feet. I couldn't do the rest in the house. Now, according to the instructions, this is supposed to go at least 10 inches into the ground, but it doesn't really give you anything to grip onto. And these are hollow. So fortunately for me, I have some rebarb. I have some stakes that that can go into the ground, and so that's going to go up today. I also have this compost bin that I moved up here a couple days ago, and the compost is still way on the other side, so I'm going to have to go bring that over, set this up. And the third thing I want to accomplish today is, well, really two more things. The other major project is my workstation. I need some place to work on my garden. This has seen better days, and I'm going to have to reinforce this. But what I decided to do is to paint this. Like I said to you guys earlier, everything that I'm doing here is intentional. It's for a reason. Even the color that I chose, which happens to be my favorite. So I'm going to paint this orange because it will attract the pollinators. And the fourth and last thing that I'm going to accomplish on this video is to lay out this drip hose or soaker hose. And at the end of the video, I promised you guys a long time ago, seems like, that I was going to give you a couple of ways to create projects that will save you money. And one of my long-term subscribers, I want to believe, asked me if there was a way that you can save on soil. So if you stick to the end of the video, you'll see a way that you can save a ton of money on your soil. But right now, I'm going to get to this and get this up. I would probably be able to do this better and faster if I had two people, but I'm flying solo again today, so let me get started. So I decided to alter the instructions a little bit. I happen to have this rebarb laying around, and what do you know? It's the exact same size as the opening of this trellis. So this is what I've done on this side already. And basically I just measured this out, and I'm going to pound these into the ground, roughly 6 to 8 inches. And then I'll just fit this right over top, and this will be ready to go. I just have to extend this fence a little bit further out to here, and this will be my opening. I'm going to plant flowers, mostly vines that are edible, but also some trumpet vines in here. And it's going to go over, and this is my main entrance. This is about halfway to the 40 feet. So you got roughly 20 feet here, and you got roughly another 20 feet here. I think this is probably a little bit longer, but that's okay. And I left a little opening so that I can put some sort of gate or covering in here. I could have chose the shorter arch and it would have been wider, but this was easier and faster. So I'm going to get this done. Also forgot to mention that I started putting in a walkway, a staircase actually, but this is labor intensive and very time consuming. So I have 1, 2, 3 steps that I started on. I'm going to need about 3 or 4 more, and that's going to lead me up to here. And then I'm going to put some gravel or something in here so that the mud doesn't wash it away. But that's a project for another day. This is probably going to be last, because once I get this in, I'm going to have to start preparing this ground, because in a couple of days it's going to be April. You can also notice that I brought more containers up. I have twice as many containers up that I had before. There's the, I believe that's the apple tree I have down there. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9 containers all together. I'm going to still have to stabilize this fence a little bit, and it's looking good right now. So let me just get this fence up, get this trellis up, this entrance done. Well, the entrance is up. It's looking good, better than I expected. I made the bottom a little wider than what it's supposed to be, but that was because I needed to match up with this fence here. I can't have much of a gap. I'm going to put the doorway here, and that will cover that little gap there. But other than that, it's looking pretty good. I'm happy with it. And as I said, I'm going to work on these steps, and that's going to be later on. And once these steps go in, we'll just walk right in and go left or right. In this case, we're going to go left, because I also retrieved a little bit of compost that I did have on the other side there. And I didn't put the top on it. One, because I don't think anything's going to get in here once I put this door on, but I will go and find it and have it at hand. This needs some work. There's a lot of material that I have in the house to bring in. This is not by any means the way this is supposed to look, but Humpty Dumpty's back together again, so at least it's functioning. And moving on to the third and fourth projects, I'm a little concerned because we've been having wind gusts. Not a surprise up here, but we're having wind gusts, and I want to get at least the top part of this done. I'm going to have to clean this off before I do the bottom. This thing, as I said, it's kind of rickety, so I'm going to have to reinforce it. I'll probably reinforce it from the bottom, but right now I just want to get some paint on here. I want to get this laid out, because I just start working on this soil. All of this, both sides, 40 feet, so that's 80 feet here, across the back here. And I'm probably not going to do this part here. One, because there's a lot of shade. Two, is probably because this is where I'm going to keep a lot of my equipment. But I'm also going to bring this reddish pink thing up and probably put this down here, or I'm going to put it over here and put some plants on the table over here, which is probably going to be a better use for it. But as far as today's projects are concerned, I just have to lay this strip hose out and try and get some paint on this. So let me get started on the paint job. So in spite of the wind, I was still able to get this project completed. Well, at least completed to the point where I expect it to be today. I still have to do this bottom part. I might even get another can and do a second layer, because this is going to be outside all summer. So once I do this bottom, I'm going to just move this back about a foot. And this is where this is going to live, so that when I come up the steps, I can get right here and get to work. I'm about to show you guys the money saving project that I've been working on. Money saving in terms of soil, that is. So that's coming up in a minute. I just want to lay this soaker hose / drip hose down to make sure that it's, first of all, it's been wrapped up for who knows how many months inside this package. So I need to lay it out so that it can flatten out. But I also want to see how it looks and make sure that the length is correct. So before I go any further, I'd like to ask you guys to do me a favor As most of you know, I started a limited series which drops every Thursday. This is for new or beginning gardeners. This was from the first episode, and I know you guys probably don't need any tips. You've been doing this for a while, but I put a link at the bottom of this video, and if you don't mind sharing this with anybody that you know, somebody that you know, a friend, neighbor, relative, coworker, who wants to start gardening or has started gardening and needs some tips, please direct them to my videos. This series is going to go probably for another 2 weeks, and then I'll go back to my regular schedule. But as always, I will continue to do my Monday videos. And if you recall, well, thank you, first of all. If you recall, a couple of weeks ago, I took a trip to Home Depot and bought some cheap wood, leftover wood, for a little under $2. And I also went to Lowe's, did the same thing, 50% off at Lowe's, 70% off at Home Depot. And I had this project, this screen. And as I said to you guys earlier, long time subscriber and contributor. I appreciate her. I appreciate all you guys, but she's been with me for a while, and her handle is I Want to Believe, and she wanted to know how you can save money on soil. And so this is what I came up with, this screen here. This screen cost me about $2. Why? Because I already had this material laying around, and it basically, excuse me, it basically originally was being used for the chickens and as kind of a fence, and then I didn't need it anymore, so I just sat around. So I came with the idea of getting cheap wood, leftover wood, and making a sieve, a screen. Basically, I made this to fit. You can see I put a couple of staples in here, and the wood, as I said, was less than $2. So basically, you just take your old soil, throw your old soil in here, and press it through. And this way, you eliminate all the twigs, all the branches, all the leaves, everything that you don't want. It took me about 10 minutes to build this, well, minus the time it took for me to cut this, because I have enough material that I can build another one of these. This is going to save me a ton of money on soil because it's quick, it's easy. And yes, I priced it on Amazon. They have the tiny ones that are cheap, but the ones that are this size are about $32. The one that I priced was $32. So if you just look at the wood that I spent, the money I spent for the wood was $2. So basically, you're saving $30. So that's my tip for the day. I had 3 projects. The other one was to use the coffee container, and there was a third one where I had a pot that I said I was going to do something with the pot. I didn't forget. It's just been a crazy, crazy winter, and I'm glad it's over. So that's the money-saving tip that I have for you guys. And I'm going to show you one other thing that I made a decision on. I've been going back and forth on what I wanted to do at this end of the new garden, what I wanted to do with this table. And by the way, I want you guys' opinion. Should I keep this the same color that it is? This was originally in my greenhouse, or should I paint this orange as I did this one here? So let me know in the comments. Should I just do the whole thing orange, or should I just mix it up and keep it the way it is? Now, the reason why I'm showing you this today, because this wasn't part of the original video. This was actually going to be for next week. Because I hadn't decided, I am going to put plants on this table. This table needs to be reinforced, and I didn't want to do this over the winter. obviously, because it was cold. So I'm going to put plants on here. I have a couple of surprises that you guys have not been told about yet. I'm going to use a solar drip irrigation system in this area right here. I'm going to have between 3 and 5 pots, and the solar is going to be on a timer. This is really cool. This is something new that I stumbled across, and I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but that's going to be a neat addition to this garden. So the only thing that I have left to do before the actual soil prep, I have lights to put across here, and I'm probably going to wait until I actually have the garden prepared before I put the lights up. But the lights are going to be cool. They'll look cool at night. And the other thing is I have a canopy. It's, well, nope, I took it back in. We had rain and I didn't want everything just sitting out here. And of course the canopy is going to get wet anyway, but I just didn't want to leave it out here until I was ready for it. It's not very big. It's a triangle shape. It's going to go above here because right now you see this is shaded because the sun is here. I'm guessing it's probably around 2 o'clock. I don't even know. I've been out here for a while. And when this gets moved back, I'm going to put a couple of posts here. I have a hummingbird feeder coming that I'm really, really excited about. This company reached out to me. Yes, this is something that is being sent to me that I don't have to actually pay for. So that's helping me with my budget. And it's glass, it's beautiful, and I'm not going to say a lot about it now because I want to make sure I get it in my hands before I do. But the reason why I'm bringing it up is because I'm going to put posts here for the shade, and I'm most likely going to put a hook here and put that hummingbird feeder here, or I'm going to post it down here at the high end so they can come in and get the nectar, which is going to help me with my garden. So there's the hose, there's the drip hose. This is the final project of the day. Things have really, really come together. If you remember last week before last, when I first started, none of this was here. The Frugal son-in-law was here, helped me with the posts. All this, one last thing. This is all hand tightened. These here, I'm going to have to get a screwdriver and tighten these up. This fence here, I only have the ties at the top. So I need to put the ties at the bottom and hand tighten this and finish this. So it's basically touching up, little touch-up work, and this will be done for now. Like I said, I do have some more bells and whistles. They're going to come later because I don't want to put too much emphasis on planting the garden and not enough on actually growing the food. So the next thing I'm going to do is start working this soil around the perimeter so that I can start bringing in soil and I can start adding nutrients to this soil so that I can start growing. The other thing is what I mentioned to you guys before, and that is I'm going to have to turn this soil here. This all has to be worked, and I have to put nutrients in this whole 40-foot area because this is where my flowers are going to be. It's going to be beautiful if I can pull it off, and there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to. But yeah, I'm going to have all kinds of flowers and plants that's going to attract the bees, which is going to be good for my garden in here. And I'm really, really looking forward to it. I mean, we're in the spring now, and it's a matter of time. So I need to start getting in the dirt, and that's the reason why I wanted to get this done today. So thank you guys for watching. You'll see somewhere, I think top right, top left of the screen, there's another video that shows you how you can save money while you're gardening this spring. So click on that, please, and check it out. I'm the Frugal Gardener. Thank you again. If you're new, please subscribe, hit the notification button. And even if you have been with me for a while, please like this video and share it with somebody that you know. The food prices are ridiculous, and they're according to reports, they're going to get even higher. So people that don't garden right now, they may end up gardening before the spring is up. So again, thanks for watching. See you guys in a couple of days on the next video. And remember, when you grow your own food, you'll always know where it comes from. Catch you guys on the flip side.